couples. This is Tonetta. Welcome to lesson number 5. Lesson number 5 is creating a vision for your relationship. And some of you may already have your vision. I don't know. I want to revamp that. And if you don't have any, this is definitely the lesson for you. Creating a vision for your relationship. And like I said, I know both of you have made it, of course, made a commitment to be in it for the long haul as a couple and as a team. You all have made it this far in the series, so I'm assuming that you all are pushing forward with the rest of your work and getting things done. But before I get started with lesson number 5, with creating the vision for your relationship, I want to, of course, check in with you all. I want to, of course, see how you're feeling and how you're gelling so far. I want to hear from you, like I said, to check in, to see, to make sure that you've done all your growth work, and to hear your outcome, but what kind of results that you have so far. What I need from you all, especially, this is, of course, like a review. I definitely will need some information to see if this content is helpful to your committed relationship, for one, and why or how, and what's the main realization that stood out to you as you've done this series up to this point. And was there any content missing that you wanted to hear about or that you want to hear more of? I definitely want to know, like I said, definitely you're going to check in with me, let me know how things are going, so I can, of course, revamp this if I need to at some point and add some things, take out some things, that kind of thing as well. So like I said, I definitely want to hear from you all, to see where you all are, to see what's going on with all the growth work that you did, to see how well it's working in your relationship, to see whether you all are, of course, communicating better, and to see whether you all are bonding better, creating a better friendship. I definitely want to hear that. So definitely, like I said, definitely email me this information just to let me know how things are going at this time up until lesson number 5. My email address is tonettaclay@gmail.com, and you will see the email down below as well, but I will spell it out for you all. Tonetta Clay, CLAY, @gmail.com. And like I said, I definitely want to hear from you all to let me know how everything is working so far in this series, and to make sure that you all, of course, on track and doing all your growth work, and to see how far you all have actually grown and how much you all have moved forward with all the growth work and all the information that I put forth in these videos. I definitely want to know how it's going. So let me know, y'all. Now back to lesson number 5. Like I said, this lesson is about creating a vision for your relationship. And when I hear about vision, I'm not going to have the Webster Dictionary version at all, but my main thing that I envision when I think about vision is, of course, moving forward. What do you see in your future? What kind of goals do you have set, and how you're going to reach those goals? That's what I see when I think about vision. So like I said, you definitely want to think about your vision as far as you all moving forward in the same direction, being on the same page. And why is it important that you even have a vision to begin with? So let me tell you that. So of course, having a vision, you all want to know where you're headed and know where you're going. You can't just do things all willy-nilly and expect for things to turn out, and you all haven't even set anything in stone. You all haven't talked about any kind of goals or any kind of vision for anything. You all are just doing things haphazard, that kind of thing altogether. Like I said, you definitely want to make sure that you know where you're headed as a unit, as a couple, and as a team, and of course individually as well, because you two are both individual people. So like I said, you definitely have to know where you all are headed, not just all over the place and don't know what's going on, don't know what you're doing together, that kind of thing, don't know what the vision for your relationship is, that kind of thing. And I'm going to go over that with you in this particular lesson, lesson number 5. And just to keep in mind, you all, me going over this entire lesson, I'm going to be looking down a little bit at my notes as well. But just keep in mind, this is actually going to be your growth work for this evening, for your homework, for your growth work. Like I said, you're going to be creating a couple's vision, a relationship vision, so that you all can know where you're headed, know where you're going, and know what kind of objectives and what kind of ways you want to get there. So like I said, definitely this is your homework for tonight as I go over this. You can definitely write down notes and that kind of thing, but definitely keep that in mind as I'm talking and as I'm going through. This is your homework and your growth work for this evening. So I bet you all are asking, how can I get there? How can we create this vision? So let me go over I'm going to go over 5 things with you. First, of course, in the how, that I guess how you can create this vision. And then there's 5 more SMART goals I want to go over with you as well once we're done with that. So definitely let me go ahead and give it the first one. The first one, of course, is you individually writing down your major goals and aspirations that you want to see, the vision that you want to see for yourself, for your family, for your kids, and for your actual relationship, for your actual union. You want to be writing those things down. And I know I have you all writing down all kind of stuff in your journals and in your notebooks. But like I said, definitely creating this vision will definitely set you all on the right path to, of course, know where you all are trying to get to. And to, of course, accomplish things as couples. Accomplish things as a couple as well. So let's keep that in mind. But you're definitely going to write down everything, all the major goals that you want to, of course, achieve for yourself and inside your union and inside your family and with your kids as well. You don't have to write down 40 things per each one. You can write down 2 or 3, for each one of those if you want, or just set some 4 or 5 major goals. You can do that just for yourself and where you see your relationship headed, I guess I put it that way. And once you do that, you all are going to come together and, of course, compare your list and create one big old master list that you all can, of course, work from that's mainly going to focus on your relationship. Yes, keep your individual goals and keep your individual visions, yes, because you all, of course, will continue to work on those, of course, on your own with support from your partner, with support from other folks as well. But just keep in mind, this is about creating your relationship and your couple's vision. So you're going to have to create a master list, either in one of you all's notebooks, it doesn't matter which one. Once you all are done with, I guess, creating your list, you should have about 5, 6, maybe 10 different things on there that you all want to do. For example, if you all see a vision, if one of your goals for your relationship is to, of course, create a business together, of course, make sure that's on your vision list. I guess that's something that you envision that you two are going to do together and that you are going to work together to, of course, accomplish. So make sure that you're writing that down on that list. So like I said, that's just an example. And I guess I can use that example for creating a business throughout the entire rest of this lesson. So I use that creating a business together. So like I said, definitely get together once you all have individually created your own vision and goal list. I guess vision/goals, because to me, visions are goals. To me, it is. But like I said, you don't have to look at it that way, but that's definitely what I see when I look at writing things down and trying to set some goals, set a vision for your relationship and those kind of things. So make sure you're doing it individually, then coming together to, of course, to create that master list that's focused on your relationship goals and your relationship vision. And once you've done that, of course, discuss the areas that you are not completely in agreement with and how you all can come to a compromise. I always say that everything, like I said before in this in this whole entire course, that everything that you all do, you may not even get to is my answer against his answer, or he's always right, she's always right, that kind of thing. It's always going to be compromised within the union. You all are coming from 2 distinct backgrounds, like I said before, in this course. And of course, you're going to have to come to some kind of compromise on what to work on and how you all want to see your vision and how you all want to move forward. For example, if somebody wants to create an ice cream business and somebody wants a chicken breast business, I don't know, something like that. Like I said, you all have to come to some kind of compromise on how you want to, or what kind of business you all want to create. So maybe you would do something like a dinner and dessert business where you have the chicken and you have the ice cream. I guess if you want to have it that way. Like I said, you definitely have to come down, talk about the things that you're not in agreement with so you all can move forward. Number 3, I don't know if you all pray or meditate, but I would definitely say pray or meditate if you do over your vision, because of course that's going to definitely be needed. You're going to have to give it a few days. If you don't pray and meditate, you can of course just think about it for a few days, for a week at the most, if you can. Then come back together once you feel good about your decision, so you all can make sure that you're going to go ahead and say, yes, I agree with this. Give a hand slap, whatever you want to do, and then go ahead and move forward. But like I said, if you definitely pray to your God or whoever you pray to, or meditate on it, that kind of thing, just to make sure that you're making the right decision, I guess, so you all can go ahead and move forward. So like I said, go ahead and definitely do that. And like I said before, if you don't pray or meditate, just think about it as you go throughout your day, that kind of thing as well, just to make sure that you're feeling good about these decisions that you all have come up with on this master list, and that you're, of course, ready to actually move forward and start taking action on these things. So that's, like I said, that's number 3. Number 4 is commitment. Both of you will have to commit to the vision, of course. There can't be any more hesitancies on what you want to do, what you think you don't want to do, that kind of thing. You all have to, of course, come to some kind of agreement, commitment that you're going to work on these things and move forward together in tandem to get this business done. Like I said, I was using the business as an example. If you all want to create a business as a couple, you all, of course, have to make sure that you're committing to do that. that you're both going to be taking equal action to, of course, reach that goal to have that business done. And number 5, let me see. It says write down your vision and list the action steps you two can start now in order to reach your goals. So that means, of course, all the information that you all wrote down on that joint master vision goal list that you all have to, of course, start writing down separately. Like maybe you have business on one page, you have kids on another page, you have family trips on another page, or whatever you want to do with your relationship. You, like I said, I'll start with the business. You have to write down your business objectives, how you're planning on getting there. So you want your restaurant business, you're going to have to start writing down what's the first thing you should do. And hopefully you all can cook and that kind of thing already. So you won't have to, of course, start there. But like I said, this is just an example. I'm not saying that you have to do this. But like I said, this is an example. So, of course, you have to have the action steps. How are you all going to create this restaurant business? Like I said, the number one thing, hopefully you all can cook and you all can make the food that folks are wanting and that's tasty and that's delicious and that's nicely plated. Of course, that could be one objective. Number 2, you have to find out, of course, how you can create this business. Whether you're going to have it at home in your state with the cottage food laws, or whether you actually have to have an actual restaurant establishment, get your licenses, get your business applications and orders and that kind of thing as well. You have to know how your business is going to be structured and set up. If you have to have an actual restaurant location, you have to go back, of course, doing all the licensing and getting everything inspected, getting your equipment, finding out how much that's going to cost, etc. Like I said, I'm sure you all get the point from there. But like I said, you definitely have to write down the objectives, the small steps in between, and how you're going to reach those goals. And you each, of course, take part of that task to, of course, complete. Don't just leave it up to one partner. Make sure that you have split those tasks up so you all can know, of course, research, find out what's going on, and how you're going to actually create this business and what steps you have to go through for that. And then, of course, once you've done that, making sure that you, of course, revisit, read over, and discuss your vision regularly. It does not have to be, of course, every single day unless you all are, of course, actually creating this business and you do have to talk about it every single day. If not, of course, then just talk about it every week if you can. Of course, just make sure that you check in, let each other know where you're at, what kind of goals you worked on, what kind of information you found out, and, of course, whether you found a building or whatever it's going to be for your business. Like I said, definitely make sure that you are, of course, checking in as well with each other to let each other know what's going on and where you're at and how close you all have gotten to your vision. So like I said, definitely those are the how steps that I have written down for you all today. And I have 5 more things to go over with you. And I know you all have probably heard of the SMART goals, the acronym SMART. They all, of course, mean something different. So like I said, I'm going to go over that with you as well. Because anytime that you're creating a vision or making some goals for anything that you're doing, objectives, anything along those lines, you have to, of course, make sure that there are SMART goals that you can actually do reaching in a timely manner. So I want to make sure that I go over those with you as well. So like I said, keep that in mind as you're going through your actual vision list that you all are setting and that kind of thing, and making sure that you're going over these things as well and thinking about these things as you're talking about it. The first, the SMART, the S is for specific, making sure that your vision and your goals are, of course, detailed. Like I said, if you're wanting the chicken dessert business or whatever you're wanting, like I said, make sure that you actually put that down. Not just I want a restaurant business. You have to put down exactly what kind of business you all want together. The M in SMART means measurable. How will you know that you reach your goal? Of course, you know if you have your business, you have your restaurant business. You'll know because you have your physical establishment, or you already have your establishment going inside your house and you're getting customers. That's how you know you've, of course, reached your goal. And that's the M for measurable. The A is for achievable. Is your vision or your goal realistic? You don't want to say that you were going to have 15 restaurants in 1 year. Of course, that's not reachable. That's not attainable. Most people can only get 1 going in a year, I guess, and go ahead and be successful at that. Not 15 of them. So make sure that it's, of course, realistic and achievable. Nothing that's too far-fetched, I guess I put it that way. Of course, it's good to think big. But like I said, for 15 restaurants, you may have to decide that over 15 years. I guess it just depends on what you want to do each year and how well your establishments are running and that kind of thing as well. And that's another topic for another day, but just keep that in mind. The R in SMART is for relevant. Okay, it's on track with the purpose in your relationship. It's on track. The business that you wanted to create is the business that you all said, not a dog planting, I guess a dog grooming business that you all didn't even talk about. but it's actually the restaurant business that you all talked about, and it's actually relevant. Something that, of course, would do okay in your area. Of course, attract customers, attract that income, that kind of thing as well. Just making sure that it's relevant for the time, the place that you're at. Excuse me. And of course, the T in SMART is for time bound. When do you all expect to reach your goal? Like I said, if you're wanting to, for example, if you're wanting that restaurant, I think a year's time, probably even 6 months to a year, depends on your funds and your connections and that kind of thing. You can probably create that restaurant within the year, actually. So just keep that in mind. So whatever kind of visions and goals you have, making sure that you're setting those too. I mean, I guess in addition to just writing down your goal. So for instance, you want to say that you're going to have your restaurant created by the end of the year. I guess this is what May. I guess say if this is May, or well, actually just say if this is January, and you want to have your business done by December 31st. That's a good goal for you all to set, of course. That gives you enough time to, of course, research, to get your money in order, get your finances in order. Of course, figure out what you have to do to create this business, getting your licenses and your business name and all those kind of things. Like I said, that's definitely time bound. That's what time bound means. So I just want to make sure that I go back over these things with you. Like I said, this is your growth work for this evening. So make sure that you're writing these things down, or just keeping a tab, I guess, like in your head, if you don't want to write them down, exactly what the growth work is for this evening. And that's actually to create your relationship vision. And of course, a vision slash goals is what I look at it as well. But like I said, definitely creating your relationship vision to make sure that you all know where you're headed and where you all are going and how you all want to get there. So first, the how was first for you to, of course, individually write down your goals and write down your visions on a sheet of paper, then come together and talk about those. And of course, decide on which ones you're going to move forward with, and which ones, of course, you all can, of course, agree on, compromise on, those kind of things. Then, of course, you're going to pray and meditate over those to make sure that's exactly what you want to do and you feel good with the decision. And of course, then you're going to commit to those decisions, to that list that you all have created to, of course, move forward on. And then you're going to, of course, write down your action steps to complete that vision, those goals that you all have, of course, put down. And making sure that you're checking in regularly, going over your list regularly to make sure that you all, of course, are on the same page. You know where you're headed, and you know where you're going, and you know what you're doing at this time. Checking in to see what you've done. And like I said, you definitely want to make sure that any kind of vision, any kind of goal that you have are SMART goals, that they're specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So, like I said, with that, you all, that ends this lesson number 5. I just want to make sure that you all know what this lesson was about, and that it's definitely important to you, that I guess important for you to, of course, create that vision within your relationship and setting those goals within your relationship. Like I said, you definitely don't want to be just out there doing things, going back and forth, don't know what's going on inside the relationship, and you have no kind of goals as far as how you want to do with your career, creating that business for you all, or whether you want to have 5 kids, or whether you want to buy a house in 2 years. All those things are goals and visions that you all can set, but you all have to, of course, work together on those things in order for them to, of course, come to fruition. Like I said, the teamwork makes the dream work. Make sure that you all know that and that you're on a team. You're not jealous of each other. You're working together to get these goals done and completed for you all, so that you all can, of course, move forward with whatever kind of happy situation you want to have. You want to have your house. You want to have your 2 cars, or a nice lawn, a nice pool, whatever you want. You have to create those things within your relationship and talk about those things, decide how you can reach them, how you're going to get there, all those kind of things. So just make sure that you keep that in mind. Like I said, I want to thank you again. This is Tonetta Clay, the relationship coach at Speak Your Truth. And this is this is lesson 5, creating a vision for your relationship. I hope you all enjoyed. And side note again, you all, I ask that you all please do send me your emails for a review, so I can know how things are working with you all up to this point, so I can know if the lessons are working out okay with you all, how the growth work is going, if you all have completed it, and how far you all have gotten with your growth work, and how much of a change you see within your relationship. So definitely let me know. And like I said, the email is below, so definitely check it out and let me know. I do want to hear from you all as far as how things are going, and of course rating how this course is going for you all, if it's relevant, that kind of thing as well. So definitely let me know. And I look forward to hearing from each one of you, so I can know, of course, who took the course, and to, of course, communicate back and forth with you all as well. So Again, thank you. This is Tonetta Clay, the relationship coach at Speak Your Truth. And of course, again, this is lesson number 5, creating a vision for your relationship. Take care of you all. Bye, couples. Bye-bye.